Arts in Hungary, where he played a variety of characters, including romantic leads and even some Shakespeare. He arrived in America in the year 1921 and soon began to appear in the theater and in a few two-reeler films. Before long, Lugosi was offered the lead in a new play called Dracula. Although he didn't realize it at the time, this was to become a role which would drastically change the direction of his career as an actor. Based on the 1897 novel written by Bram Stoker, Lugosi successfully created a character that would become a trademark for the rest of his life. The play eventually became a film, with Lugosi once again the creature of the night, compelled to drain the lifeblood from unsuspecting humans. Bela Lugosi's Dracula brought new meanings to the word horror. It sent chills down the spines of film-goers everywhere. His performance, in fact, was so convincing that Hollywood executives, as well as the general public, could only accept him as an actor in horror films. And it was not long before Lugosi began to resent not being able to display what he thought were his true acting abilities. But the die had been cast. Bela Lugosi was Dracula, even to himself in later years. He began to parody his own character and would often conduct interviews while lying in a coffin. He became so absorbed in his creation that his final wish was granted when, upon his death in 1956, he was buried in the costume that he had made famous the world over. Although Dracula brought Lugosi fame and fortune and a strange kind of notoriety, his other theatrical accomplishments were completely forgotten. Without the challenge of other roles, he became depressed and eventually turned to alcohol and drugs, which ultimately led to his death. In the final years, Bela Lugosi was convinced that he was never truly appreciated. But for the rest of us, there is a legacy of film that continues, even in modern times, to touch a certain nerve of primitive terror in us all. And for that, Bela Lugosi, the immortal Dracula, will live forever.